How do upper class people perform classwork? This is my third video on this, so you probably already know, but in case you're seeing this on your For You page, classwork is what people do when there's a cross-class interaction, people from different classes. It's uncomfortable, it makes both parties uncomfortable, so they start performing classwork to ease that tension. And this happens a lot at work because there's a lot of different classes present. With classwork, there's always intrapersonal, what we tell ourselves, and interpersonal, how we act with others. This framework posits that people from upper classes have to develop a rationale for why they are so privileged. So they have to do classwork that tells them they have the right stuff to be in the position that they're in. So for example, someone with very high status, like very high up, like executive, who has a lot of independent work might say that they are able to do the independent work because they have superior ability. Like this is what they would say to themselves, possibly based on this framework. However, if they are telling themselves stuff like this, then cross-class interactions, the anxiety they feel is that it's a threat to their status. It's a threat to the belief that everything's okay and as it should be and that they earned their position. So their intrapersonal classwork is likely to try to reframe cognitively what they see, what the threat is, to reinforce the idea of meritocracy. They can do this by disavowing the rigged game, aka myth of meritocracy, redistributing responsibility, or minimizing class differences. To minimize a rigged game, they might tell themselves, hey, some people get opportunities, other people don't. Or, well, if I could do it, they can too, and they're just not doing it. So that's on them, that's not on me. But that assumes that everybody's circumstances are similar to their own, which we know is not true. For interpersonal classwork, they may reach down, act as status lenders, or distance. Reaching down is when they help people in less privileged positions and it makes them feel like they're equalizing the playing field. This can be like when an executive invites somebody who's lower in status to maybe an office party that they normally wouldn't be invited to, or engages in water cooler talk with the lower status employee. Being a status lender is voluntarily joining something that is less prestigious to lend your status, such as a board or advisory group. And distancing is when they create barriers to keep a distance between themselves and lower status to minimize the anxiety for them. So this is like when the executives have their own bathroom, or maybe high leadership has their own lunchroom, etc. Distancing can also be when you have conversations with people that are from a lower class and you're very abrupt and there's not rudeness, but it's like there's no connection. It's keeping a far distance. Kind of reminds me of indirect communication, which is one of the unwritten rules of work. Just saying. I don't think all these are inherently a bad thing, but it's classwork is talking about what's triggering it. Is it coming from a place of good, or is it coming from a place of wanting to make yourself feel better? So what do you think? Have you seen or experienced this yourself?